Yahawah, Yahawashi, and double honors to the great Muslim apostles. Thought Yahawashi for giving me the power in order to make this video as well. And from the title, our power, Yahawashi. Because I was just meditating upon the fact that really well understand the fact that our power, that phrase alone, our power, Allah now, so Allah is power, and Yahawashi, I think it's like the plural form, like R, because I know Nawa means R, but I think it's Allah Nawa, for our power in the ancient Hebrew. The thing is, it's our power that's for Israel, man, solely for Israel. Hence why, if you go into, which I'm gonna get some precepts soon as well. This is just the introduction before, I get into the precepts. But just like in the book of Exodus where Yahweh was intervening for Israel, for a time, Israel was suffering. That's because they disobeyed Yahweh. So ultimately, he hardened Pharaoh's heart in order to put slave masters upon them. That's literally in Exodus chapter 1. And obviously after then, Yahweh came back, he sent Moses and pretty much freed them, man. But there were still conditions. Israel started to listen to the commandments so that none of the plagues could also affect them. But of course today we're pretty much in a similar situation. The reason why I say similar, because really it's a different timeline, different timeline, but it's the same situation really, because Babylon is Egypt. You still got Jake suffering over there because they were disobeying Yahweh, time and time again. Then the final takedown where Yahawashi is gonna come back, which is solely for his elect. Before then, through the elect, the 2/3 are then going to be reborn. That's when it's going to be the final how do I even call it, reinstatement of Israel, because Israel's been going up and down, man. But of course this will be the final time where it's like, okay, Israel's actually going to be perfected now through the elect. But anyways, let me get to my first precepts. Because we do have to understand is our power, Yahawah, man. Our power actually exists, and these other so-called gods that these other nations believe in. You got Ishmael and their Allah, which they believe in, which is honestly just nonsense. Remember, the gods of the nations are idols, man. That's what we got to always remember. They got no power. They may seem intellectual in their flipping debates with Christians as well, because you may see those pop up sometimes. Ishmael, or the followers of Ishmael, debating with Christians, which really Christians are going off anyways. Ishmael's still going off because Christians don't have the true understanding of the scriptures, whilst Ishmael is just, again, that stuff don't even matter anyways. It's vain understanding and just vain philosophy. So yeah, let me actually get that actually. The idols of the gods of the nations, are idols. I think something along those lines, man. Because we have no reason to fear their gods because they're pretty much meaningless. They're nothing. So we shouldn't have fear over them. The only power that we should fear is Yahawashi. And of course, as we give praises unto Yahawashi, we're also giving praises unto Yahawah, man. So, Yahawashi is linked to the Father. He's the mediator between us right now, Israel, and Yahawah, our Father. Our power, man. Always got to remember, Yahawah, Yahawashi, they're our power, our strength. And speaking of, before I get to that other precept, this is Psalms 96 verse 5. For all the gods of the nations are idols, but the Lord Yahweh made the heavens. Key part, for all the gods, lowercase g, of the nations are idols, but the Lord Yahweh made the heavens. He's the actual power of which exists. All these other gods are idols, man. You know what they say about idols, man? They could be of stone, they could be of wood. Pretty much they have no power, man. Idols have no power. They're meaningless. They're going to be shattered in the day of destruction, man. In the day of Yahawah's coming, they're going to be shattered as well. They have no power, hence, it means we should have no fear or intimidation from them. Because it's actually annoying as well, you know. Sometimes you may come across heathens as well, or especially Ishmael and their bullshit that they believe in. And then you got Christians as well pushing their nonsense with their lack of understanding as well, trying to impose their own false and vain ideologies upon you. Which honestly, every now and then the frustration does come up because it's like, why are you even talking to me? You know, at times, yeah, you still got to deal with them. You know, workplace, school, whatever community that you may be a part of, whatever. You still got to deal with them with wisdom. You know, as the scriptures say, be innocent as doves, wise as serpents as well. That's why I can't be falling for their philosophies. Because, Ishmael thinks he's smart, man. And the reason why I keep saying Ishmael, because in school, really, it's like, I'm just surrounded by them, really. There's too many of them. But, Jake still be there. Jake's still there. But, Ishmael's got their flipping philosophy over there, like a flipping... Let's just say it's hard to just, like... overlook it. Let's just say that. So, it can be annoying at times. But anyways, that's Psalm 65, 96 verse 5, man. The point is, their gods are idols and they don't matter. So I'll read it again. Psalms 96 verse 5, for all gods of the nations, Ishmaelites, Cush, Moabites, Ammon, whatever nonsense they believe in, the Indians, I think Indians are Cush. If not so, I still got to look that up. Basically any other nation other than the power of Israel, their gods are idols. Simple. Now let me get to the next one, because this is why when the scriptures say wisdom and understanding shall be the stability of thine times, man, you're going to be meditating upon these precepts in order to keep your faith upheld in the time to come of trouble, man, where people's faiths are going to be weak, man. Ishmael ain't going to have you're going to be seeing think Ishmaelites even filming their own idol, man, in that time of trouble. Some of them, they may be steadfast, but it's still steadfast in vanity, because the scriptures say their gods are idols. So Psalms 15 verse 9. Let's see. Psalms 115 verse 9. So it says, O Israel, trust thou in Yahawah, he is their help and their shield. So Yahawah Shem Yahawashi, Yahawashi is of course our help and our shield. Yahawah, our help and our shield too, man. Because through Yahawashi, that's how we get to Yahawah. That's why we say Yahawah Bahashem Yahawashi. Yahawah, Bahashem. Ba means in, Ha means the, Sham means name, and of course Yahawah meaning he exists, which is the name of the Most High, and Yahawashi meaning he delivers, which is the name of the Messiah for Israel. Our big brother, which is a way of seeing Yahawashi. So yeah, it says Psalm 115 verse 9, O Israel, trust thou in the Lord Yahawah, he is their help and their shield, man. So of course we got to put our trust in him, and in the time to come we're really going to see that help and that protection through the shield in the time of trouble, man. Let's get into Job as well. Let's get into Job, because that's a precept I wish every brother pretty much knows by now, man. So talking about, linking back to Psalms 115 verse 9 about Yahawah Bashem Yashai being our help and our shield. The thing is, we see here, it says here in Job 5 verse 19, he shall deliver thee in 6 troubles, yea, in 7 there shall no evil touch thee. So of course, in all the troubles that which we're going to face, which is going to be multiple, whichever amount that Yahawah Bashem Yashai has preordained for you to go through, you're going to go through those troubles, but Yahawah Hashem Yashai will still get you through those troubles. And again, Yahweh Ratazar, that will be part of the elect and will be worthy to be part of the men of Yahawashi. So yeah, him saying in Psalms 115 verse 9 that Yahweh's our help and our shield, and of course through Yahawashi we get to Yahawah. So pretty much Yahawashi is also our help and our shield. The thing is, That it also says here, Job 5:19 supports that, man. That he's gonna. It says in 7 there shall no evil touch thee. So he's gonna deliver us from that trouble. He's gonna deliver us from that trouble. And really, the intention of this video is really to uplift our faith and to bring into mind that we have a power that's backing us, man. We have a power that's backing us. This is beyond any carnality of Esau having his weapons and his psychological nanotech manipulation, advanced, deep, evil wickedness, wicked technology that he got to manipulate and control the masses. And eventually the mark of the beast is just going to be like the purest form of it, which is really the concentrated wickedness of Esau being put through the mark of the beast, man, where it's just going to enslave everyone. Because, there's going to be some restricted life in that beast system. But anyways, Yahawashi, we endure through the temptations, and Yahawashi also, we reject that mark, and we keep going, man, unto death, if it be so. And if it ain't death, then unto salvation, man. Because either way, those who die, they're going to be raised up first. But yeah, let me get to my main precept, because back to the lesson. Our power, Yahawah. Let me actually give an example as well. Because back in the day, when Israel was delivered through the miracle where Yahawah divided the seas for Israel to go through, they even showed the animators even showed it through in the movie called Prince of Egypt, man. It was a pretty cool movie, but in the kingdom to come, we're going to actually see how it happened, or how marvelous it was, because only man's thinking is limited, man. Man's thinking is limited. So Exodus 15 verse 4. Should be verse 4. But yeah, pretty much the point is in chapter 15 is the fact that Israel was celebrating after Yahawah pretty much brought them out of the sea through the midst of it, and then dealt with the Egyptians. So it says here, then Moses and the children of Israel this song unto Then sang Moses and the children of Israel this song unto the Lord Yahawah, and spake that, saying, I will sing unto Yahawah, for he hath triumphed gloriously. The horse and his rider hath he thrown into the sea. That's talking about the Egyptians in the previous chapter, where the Egyptians, Yahawah told Moses that he would harden Pharaoh's heart in order to go after Israel, in order to try and probably capture them and make them slaves again, or even just slay them. He hardened his heart to try and get back at Israel, man. So, he did that, but, it ended up as a failure, even though even Pharaoh's men warned him. In fact, let me actually get that. Pharaoh's men warned him that they should go back because of the fact that Israel had their power behind them. I think I got it right here. It might be verse 25. Can't. This was when Pharaoh's men were, I think, warning Pharaoh. But it says in Exodus chapter 14, verse 25, and took off their chariot wheels, what they drave them heavily, so that the Egyptians said, let us flee from the face of Israel, for the Lord Yahawah fighteth for them against the Egyptians. So of course, even the Egyptian men of Pharaoh were saying, look, let's just leave Israel, man. Their power's fighting for them, let's just leave Israel. But of course, Pharaoh is still being hard-hearted. He still went for it, and that's why pretty much all of his men were swallowed up by the sea, man. That's really the truth right there, man, in the scriptures. That was the story. That's pretty much the story of Exodus 14 right there. And then 15 is just the celebration and, Israel being in the wilderness. And but the point is, the same power he put us into bondage is the same power that also removed us from it, man. And that also summarizes the fact that, Yahweh's will is what everything is dependent on. Which we can get into that right now. I think there's a scripture right there for it too. Alright, let's see. The one that says, I kill and I make alive. Let's see. Okay, so this is Yahawah speaking here. It says Deuteronomy chapter 32 verse 39. So Deuteronomy 32 verse 39. See now that I, even I, am he, and there is no God with me. I kill and I make alive. I wound and I heal. Neither is there any that can deliver out of my hands. So, he kills, he makes alive, he wounds and he heals. So, he deals with the right hand side and the left hand side, man. He does anything that is of the will of Yahawah. That's what is to be done. Man can't control himself really autonomously. Because whatever's the will of Yahawah for that specific being, that's what's gonna happen. It's all like different programs running within different vessels. The elect are playing their place, whoever they may be, and the Aratazar will be part of that group, part of the elect. Two-thirds are playing their roles, demons are playing their roles, angels are playing their roles up in the heavens, and doing the will of Yahawah as always. The nations are playing their roles, Esau's playing their roles. Everyone is doing their role. They can't escape from the will of Yahawah. Now let's get the man's goings of the Lord. Of the Lord. And the fact that the fact that Yahweh's will is what affects everything. We shouldn't really fear, man. If this is the power that backs us, why then should we fear the heathen nations and their idols? There's no reason to do that. Why then should we then fear Esau and his intentions and agenda? Why then should we do that? No, we shouldn't do that. We should have full-on faith with our power backing us, man. Again, our power. He's the one who owns Israel, and this is the power of which backs us up. Let me get this. Okay, I think it should be in Proverbs or something. Yeah, Salakia, okay, I'm gonna have to end it there. So, Shalom. I might do a part 2, probably will. But yeah, Yahawashi Yasharat I'll get to that. But yeah, Shalom wa Kahala Limna Yahawashi Yashabashi Kagulash. Aman.